Hey everyone, Noodle here. The new season is upon us, and with it we get a new weapon at last! I have not been this excited about a new weapon since the Cremator. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you the Icebreaker. It's cool, it's new, it's powerful, but some players are reporting that instead of slowing down the enemies with its icy cold touch, it actually humorously makes them speed up. However, I put that to a test this morning and discovered that there are player-specific ways to use this weapon that are very effective and satisfying. Let me show you everything that I discovered about this weapon so that you can decide if it's worth your time and your tickets. And tickets is the key word here. This is a weapon that's available on the season scoreboard, and you can purchase it for 60 tickets on page 6. It is not Fallout First locked, it is available for everyone. Grab it as soon as you get to this page, craft it at your weapons workbench, and let's rock and roll. As you can see, enemies killed with the Icebreaker leave behind a cryohazard. What this means is a cloud of coldness that will linger for a little bit, and anyone who runs through it will be affected and slowed down. This cryohazard will slow them down by 60%. So theoretically, this will be good for crowds. Additionally, we have a bashing damage, which we will also put to a test. Now, before we go and kill things, let's take a look at my loadout. I am a flamer gal. I ran with my holy fire, so I didn't want to damage my loadout too much to adjust to this. Instead, I very quickly slapped together something that will complement both of my weapons. The flamer and this new freezing weapon. I know, it's like polar opposites. Let's see if they even work together. You're more than welcome to copy this build, but I warn you, it's not perfect. It's quick and dirty, and it has a lot of things that are just personal preferences. Still, here it is. In strength, traveling pharmacy, bear arms, master heavy gunner, expert heavy gunner. Those are important. Additionally, bandolier. In perception, I have green thumb and concentrated fire. I have my endurance maxed out with life giver, ironclad, iron stomach, through hiker, thirst quencher, bullet shield, vaccinated, colon nut, and starched jeans. These are all very personal preferences and have very little to do with the gun itself. In charisma, inspirational, strange in numbers, tenderizer, and friendly fire. In intelligence is important. Nerd rage, power user, stabilized, pyrotechnician. My personal favorite in this column, cryologist, batteries included, and gunsmith. In agility, action girl, marathoner, packing light, evasive, adrenaline, and goat legs, another personal favorite. And finally, in luck, a bloody mess, better critical, one gun army, ricochet, class freak, critical savvy, and junk shield. Now that we have our loadout all complete, let's go kill someone. First, I went to Grafton Steel to see how this weapon does against super mutants. So what I'm seeing here is that I can one-shot these guys with this gun from quite a respectable distance. And actually, that's something that I'm going to have to work on. I'm so used to running up on enemies with my flamer that I close the distance too quickly. I really don't need to be this cozy with my enemies. With this weapon, I can shoot from much further away. I also noticed that even though I can one-shot these super mutants, when I walk over to the corpses, I pick up a lot more than just one harpoon. That is a nice touch. I like that a lot. I am actually multiplying my ammo every time that I kill someone. Not going to complain about that. Now, the one thing that I'm not really getting here is the satisfaction of this cryo effect. I am just running through Grafton Steel, killing super mutants with one shot. The sound is amazing and satisfying. Bam! Down, done. But, you know, I see the cloud of a freezing touch. It doesn't actually do anything because these guys are pretty spread out. So let's go to some place where we can find a crowd of enemies. At Bolton Greens, I didn't find much satisfaction. These guys were too easy. I one-shot all of them and they didn't really gather together too much. So on to the golf course. I love this location for crowd testing. It's very easy to lure out a lot of enemies and just bottleneck them up here at the top of the stairs. So that's what I was trying to do in this case, to specifically test the cryo effect. And honestly, at this point, I wasn't super impressed because with the bottleneck, the enemies are running really fast. So my vision was I shoot the first guy, he creates a smoke of ice, and everyone who runs through it after him through the door just stops dead in their tracks. And that's not really the experience that I got here. The experience that I did get was that I still have to shoot everyone very slowly, one shot at a time. Loving the reload speed though, not going to complain about that. I wasn't ever in any trouble, though I am starting to miss my holy fire. I see that with the new and improved health bar with the numbers on the left, my health is down to the 60s because I'm so used to the healing effect of the holy fire, I never really pay attention to my health. So at this point, I think I still haven't found the right way to use this weapon. So far, the holy fire actually works better on this type of crowd. So I'm thinking let's test it on bigger enemies. For instance, Deathclaws. These are also larger enemies, and as it was reported by multiple players, occasionally when shooting larger enemies, instead of slowing them down with the cryo damage, this gun makes them speed up. So let's see if that will affect the Deathclaws. I did not find that to be the case with the Deathclaws. I shoot them, they slow down, I switch to the holy fire and finish them off. It takes just a couple of seconds. And this is where I found my new swing. Freeze, holy fire, that's it. There's no need to keep shooting the larger enemies with the Icebreaker. Just switch to your main weapon, whatever your preference is. I highly recommend a Flamer or Holy Fire, and finish them off the old-fashioned way. My friend Triglide sent me this video of fighting a legendary Scorch Beast, and in it I see that after a certain number of shots, the Scorch Beast starts freaking out and speeding up. That is indeed true. In all the videos that I've seen of people actually experiencing this effect, it seems that it happens after many shots on target. With these fog crawlers, I am dealing damage to them so quickly, I don't think I ever get to the point of where they can speed up with the bug. It's definitely a bug, but I found it extremely difficult to replicate the bug. In fact, I don't think it ever happened to me at all. I tested it on so many enemies and not one of them sped up. I believe that it's there. I've seen it in other people's recordings, but personally I've not been able to replicate it. So again, freeze, switch to the holy fire, bam, done. I tried going after this glowing behemoth. I figured very few enemies larger than the behemoth, so let's give him a shot. And I also failed to have him freak out and rage attack me. He froze. I tried to give him some time. I tried to shoot him again to trigger him to speed up, and it was just unnecessary. I think that while the bug is curious and freaking hilarious, that of course Bethesda was not able to produce a squeaky clean, perfectly performing product, I think it happens so rarely and in such unique circumstances that it's not actually going to affect the gun's performance or your satisfaction of killing the enemies. Like even in Triglide's case. Okay, so it sped up a little bit. Big deal. Switch to your cremator, finish her off. I tried getting the bug to work on the Mirelurk Queen as well, and no luck there either. She just slows down, and then I switch to my Holy Fire, and that's my move. Freeze, switch, fry. Freeze, switch, fry. The Holy Fire I feel does a lot more damage, so this Icebreaker is my first move and the Holy Fire is the cherry on top. I almost forgot about the bash damage, so I went back and tested that very quickly, and I have no complaints about it. No complaints at all. As someone who does like to run up on enemies, this will come in handy. If I am too close to reload, if I'm too close to switch my gun, just bash them. It will slow them down just a little bit, and I'm okay to go. The one thing that I wasn't particularly impressed with is the cloud of ice that's supposed to slow down the nearby enemies. I have not, in the 5 hours that I played this morning, encountered a single situation where I actually did any kind of crowd control. Definitely DOT is there, definitely cryo is there, but my whole vision of coming to a super crowded area like the golf course and poisoning everyone around me with ice, it's not there. But so far, I would say that this gun is perfect for one-on-one interactions, actually, not crowd control at all. It's good against any size enemy. It's very powerful. Enemies like the Scorched, super mutants, Mirelurks are just one-shot walk in the park. Anything bigger than that, the Mirelurk Queen, the Behemoth, Scourge Beast, even our mid-size enemies like Deathclaws, for that I would recommend a 2-gun approach. Use the Icebreaker, as the title implies, as the icebreaker. Break the ice, say hello, stun them a little, and then switch to your main weapon and finish them off. In my case, and that's the Holy Fire. So there you have it, boys and girls, the Icebreaker in all its glory. I hope you're as excited as I am to have a new weapon. Let me know what you think of this thing in the comments below. Have you gotten it yet? Have you experienced it yet? What kind of a loadout are you rocking? Have you experienced this strange speedy glitch? And what triggered it in your case? I can't wait to hear all about it. The comment section is all yours. Noodle Pants, one half of Game Aviator. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, stay safe out there, Vault Dwellers.
In the heart of West Virginia, where the shadows creep and sway, lies a land of rusted dreams, where the brave dare not stray. Appalachia, oh, it's a treacherous ride, with dangers untold and nowhere to hide.